Now, the rest of the story. For more seasons than are usually permitted a television series, a program called Murder, She Wrote stars Angela Lansbury and has delighted enthusiasts of mystery fiction, including this one. The starring role is that of Jessica Fletcher, professional mystery writer and amateur sleuth. Did you ever wonder, is there a real-life Jessica? Is there someone after whom that part was patterned? Well, this is the rest of the story. I want you to meet Charlotte McLeod, New England, Maine's main author of murder mystery. She is reserved and slightly eccentric, middle-aged and unmarried, somewhat small, short blonde hair, walks for exercise. That's Jessica, all right. Charlotte McLeod travels to research and promote her books. Promotional tours are always fun for her, but she has an old-fashioned streak. She doesn't even use a word processor to peck out her fiction, uses a typewriter, as does Jessica. There's always a bit of tongue-in-cheek humor in Charlotte McLeod's murders, and she will visit New York, but mostly when her publisher deems a meeting mandatory. The devotees of fictional Jessica Fletcher would recognize the nephew who appears in some episodes of Murder, She Wrote. Charlotte McLeod has just such a nephew to whom she is very close. Only it's not TV, it's real. Charlotte McLeod is Jessica Fletcher. And the true stories this real-life literary sleuth could tell, my goodness, sometimes Charlotte courts danger without even knowing it. Like the time she was visiting Boston to research her latest book. She worked late and alone most nights, grew accustomed to regular encounters with a messenger who also worked in the building. Then one evening that messenger killed an elevator operator. It was a very messy case. Turned out the man was a psychopath who was easily set off, as they say. But the victim that time might have been Charlotte herself. The authorities have developed a lot of respect for Charlotte McLeod. A skilled graphologist, she was once called in to analyze the handwritten letters of the Boston Strangler. In fact, Charlotte is right now attempting to identify the original Jack the Ripper, based on recently discovered handwriting samples. And yet there's one significant difference between factual Charlotte and fictional Jessica, a difference that you would imagine last of all. For real-life murder mystery writer Charlotte McLeod is the heroine of Murder, She Wrote in so many ways, in her background, in her physical description, in her profession, in her demeanor, right down to her home state, Maine. But in this quite definite way, she's not Jessica Fletcher. You see, when the producers of Murder, She Wrote were creating the Jessica Fletcher character, they did so out of thin air. Really. Right out of their imaginations, nothing more, nothing less. It was long after the TV series was a hit that they learned of the real-life Charlotte McLeod. The amazing similarities between the real-life heroine and the made-up one were and are completely, if incredibly, totally coincidental. Anyway, now you know the rest of the story.